everyone, this is Carla. Today is Thursday, October 15th, 2020, and I had to come on here and do a video because I've never had this happen before, but I had a very, very bad experience with PSI. I used the Microsoft $15 discounted exam because I was adversely affected by COVID. And one of the things were to go through PSI for the exam. Now, mind you, I've passed my Azure fundamentals going through Pearson View. So I've had experience with online. I had experience with online test taking through Pearson View. I've passed 4 cloud examinations. I passed 2 Amazon Web Services, Azure Fundamentals, and Oracle Foundations Associate, and they were all administered through Pearson View. I'll have the same IP address, use the same laptop. I was in the same room, the same procedures. And what happened is very cautionary. That's why I also did this as part of 100 Days of Cloud, because I noticed that if you were adversely affected, you would qualify for this. So what happened is my exam was for October 14th, which was yesterday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I everything went well. The day before, I downloaded the PSI exam thing portal, ran the system check. Everything was fine. I went in there. I did the whole scan. So they want you. What I did was I took out all the plugs and the cable from my laptop, did a 360 all around with the system. It was fine. I get literally into the exam with the proctor out of nowhere. The proctor wanted me to do a secondary scan for no reason before releasing my exam. So by my turning it, intermittently it went out. So when I go back in, all of a sudden, now the webcam system doesn't want to work. And PSI says that it was because the system couldn't detect the webcam in 5 minutes, which I feel, my own personal opinion, was a lie. What I felt, and most people don't have this type of background, I feel it was based on service level agreement, and I feel, from my perspective, that PSI was hiding behind service level agreement, saying that, well, we held up, we were high availability and everything. The problem with that is a couple reasons. One, if I got that far into the process and my webcam was showing it, and I'm from the same IP address and using the same laptop, it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden, the minute that the system is on your end with the proctor who wants to do a secondary scan, which I didn't need to do, all of a sudden the system doesn't work. I felt it was something that they could float to the lawyer to protect themselves. And so, for those who don't know, because I'm IDO 3 and 4 certified too, which is this is my cell phone, and it's an IT product and it does IT services. So this is what IT service management is. It manages the service level agreement, which is the contract that it was supposed to have certain features. As you know, it's a smartphone. As a cell phone, obviously it makes calls. You have the internet, you have memory for the apps, everything. And I have to explain this so that you can have a better understanding as to why I felt that PSI intentionally said that they canceled my exam. What made it worse was customer service. And customer service, I called the number that was on the email, and customer service hung up on me after 30 minutes. I went to both PSI and Microsoft Learn and contacted them via email. I found an email complaint because there were a lot of complaints about PSI always freezing up and everything. And so I found the email that I sent to them, and then it took 4 people for me to, I think, in a way, resolve my issue. However, being hung up on, and then the lack of uniformity in the process. Out of the 4 people I spoke to, 2 of them asked for my Microsoft ID, 2 of them did not. And on top of that, I learned in between the third and the fourth person that I didn't have um, the 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 numbers for the ticket for it to be escalated. I didn't have enough information, but they took it anyway. I'm bringing this up because a lot of times, you by the time you get to the third person, that's a breakdown in communication, and customer service really didn't help me in that. Also, I want to go back to the service level agreement. This, from my opinion, if you're using the discounted exam, are you being receiving secondary scans based on the fact that you are using this Microsoft initiative? That's something I also wanted to bring up. And then the fourth thing is, as I mentioned before, I have other certifications, but one of the biggest issues with PSI and the whole ordeal is that they could potentially be destroying people's dreams. I have, as I mentioned before, IDO 3 and 4 certification. I have over a decade worth of experience. But think about the person who wanted to take one of the Microsoft exams. So I wanted to take Azure Data Fundamentals, which is DP 900. What if somebody who wanted to work in artificial intelligence, and there's an AI 900, wanted to work as an AI assistant, and they felt that getting the certification would make them stand out from all of the other entry level people because they've been doing work in AI, and their experience they been let go due to COVID because in the United States the economy contracted. And then they qualify for this Microsoft $15 discounted initiative, and the next thing you know, PSI cancels their stuff and has them go through a secondary scan. That's one of the reasons why I'm also creating this, because I want other people to see what I've been going through. And I put my article about the Microsoft exam voucher in there. I didn't have an issue with Microsoft as of right now because I passed Azure Fundamentals. I don't have a problem with my setup because